I want to know more about the karma which forces souls to return to the three worlds. I could listen forever, I thought. Never in his earth life had I been able at one time to assimilate so much of his wisdom. The physical karma of desires of man must be completely worked out before his continued stay in astral worlds becomes possible. Two kinds of beings live in the astral spheres. Those who still have earthly karma to dispose of and who must therefore re-inhabit the gross physical body in order to pay their karmic debt, could be classified after physical death as temporary visitors to the astral world rather than as established residents. Beings with unredeemed earthly karma are not permitted after astral death to go to the high causal sphere or cosmic ideas, but must shuttle to and fro from the physical and astral worlds only, conscious successively of their physical body of 16 gross elements and of their astral body of 19 subtle elements. After each loss of his physical body, however, an undeveloped being from the earth remains for the most part in the deep stupor of the death sleep and is hardly conscious of the beautiful astral sphere. After the astral rest, such a man returns to the material plane for further lessons, gradually accustoming himself through repeated journeys to the worlds of subtle astral texture. Normal or long-established residents of the astral universe, on the other hand, are those who, freed forever from all material longings, need return no more to the gross vibrations of earth. Such beings have only astral and causal karma to work out. At astral death, these beings pass to the infinitely finer and more delicate causal world. At the end of the certain span, determined by cosmic law, these advanced beings then return to Hiranyaloka or similar high astral planet, reborn in a new astral body to work out their unredeemed astral karma. My son, you may now comprehend more fully than that I am resurrected by divine decree. As a savior of astral reincarnating souls coming back from the causal sphere in particular, rather than of those astral beings who are coming up from the earth. Those from the earth, if they still retain vestiges of material karma, do not rise to the very high astral planets like Hiranyaloka. Just as most people on earth have not learned through meditation acquired vision to appreciate the superior joys and advantages of astral life, and thus, after death, desire to return to the limited imperfect pleasures of earth. So many astral beings, during the normal disintegration of their astral bodies, for to picture the fail to picture the advanced state of spiritual joy in the causal world, and dwelling on thoughts of the more gross and gaudy astral happiness, yearn to revisit the astral paradise. Every astral karma must be redeemed by such beings before they can achieve after astral death an unbroken stay in the causal third world, so thinly partitioned from the Creator. Only when a being has no further desires for experiences in the pleasing to the eye astral cosmos and cannot be tempted to go back there, does he remain in the causal world, completing there the work of redeeming our causal karma or seeds of past desires. The confined soul thrusts out the last of the three quirks of ignorance and, emerging from the final jaw of the causal body, commingles with the eternal. Now do you understand? Master smiled so enchantingly. Yes, through your grace, I am speechless with joy and gratitude. Never from song or story had I ever received such inspiring knowledge. Though the Hindu scriptures refer to the causal and astral worlds and to man's three bodies, how remote and meaningless those pages compared with the warm authenticity of my resurrected master. For him indeed existed not a single undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns. The interpenetration of man's three bodies is expressed in many ways through his threefold nature. In the wakeful state on earth, a human being is conscious more or less of his three vehicles. When he is sensuously intent on tasting, smelling, touching, listening, or seeing, he is working principally through his physical body. Visualizing or willing, he is working mainly through his astral body. His causal being finds expression when man is thinking or diving deep in introspection or meditation. The cosmical thoughts of genius come to the man who habitually contacts his causal body. In this sense, an individual may be classified broadly as a material man, an energetic man, or an intellectual man. A man identified himself about 16 hours daily with his physical vehicle. Then he sleeps. If he dreams, he remains in his astral body, effortlessly creating any object even as to the astral beings. If man sleep be deep and dreamless for several hours, he is able to transfer his consciousness or sense of I-ness to the causal body. Such sleep is revivifying. A dreamer is contacting his astral and not his causal body. His sleep is not fully refreshing. I had been lovingly observing Sri Yukteswara while he gave his wondrous exposition. Angelic Guru, your body looks exactly as it did when last I wept over it in the Puri ashram. Oh yes, my new body is a perfect copy of the old one. I materialize or dematerialize this form anytime at will, much more frequently than I did while on Earth. By quick dematerialization, I now travel instantly by light express from planet to planet, or from astral to causal, or to physical cosmos. My divine Guru smiled. So you move about so fast these days, I had no difficulty in finding you at Bombay. Master, I was grieving so deeply about your death. Where indeed I die? Isn't there some contradiction? Master's eyes were twinkling with love and amusement. You were only dreaming on earth. On that earth you saw my dream body. Later you buried that dream image. Now my final fleshly body is resurrected on another final dream planet of God. Someday that final dream body and final dream planet will pass away. They too are not forever. All dream bubbles must eventually burst at a final wakeful touch. Differentiate, my son Yogananda, between dreams and reality. This idea of Vedantic resurrection struck me with wonder. I was ashamed that I had pitied Master when I had seen his lifeless body at Puri. I comprehended at last that my Guru had always been fully awake in God, perceiving his own life and passing on earth, and his present resurrection as nothing more than relativities of divine ideas in the cosmic dream. I have now told you, Yogananda, the truth of my life, death, and resurrection. Grieve not for me, rather broadcast everywhere the story of my resurrection from the God-dreamed earth of man to another God-dreamed planet of astrally garbed souls. New hope will be infused into the hearts of misery-mad, death-fearing dreamers of the world. Yes, Master, how willingly would I share with others my joy at his resurrection. On earth my standards were uncomfortably high, unsuited to the natures of most men. Often I scolded you more than I should have. You passed my test. Your love shone through the clouds of our reprimands. I have also come today to tell you, never again shall I wear the stern gaze of censure. I shall scold you no more. How much I had missed the chastisements of my great Guru. Each one had been a guardian angel of protection. Dearest Master, rebuke me 1,000,000 times. Do scold me now. I shall chide you no more. His divine voice was grave, yet with an undercurrent of laughter. You and I shall smile together, so long as our two forms appear different in the Maya dream of God. Finally, we shall merge as one in the cosmic beloved. Our smile shall be his smile, our unified song of joy vibrating throughout eternity to be broadcast to God-tuned souls. Master gave me light on certain matters which I cannot reveal here. During the 2 hours that he spent with me in the Bombay hotel room, he answered my every question. A number of world prophecies uttered by him that June day in 1936 have already come to pass. I leave you now. At these words I felt Master melting away within my encircled arms. My child, his voice rang out, vibrating into my very soul, permanent. Whenever you enter the door of Nirvikalpa Samadhi and call on me, I shall come to you in flesh and blood, even as today. With this celestial promise, Master vanished from my sight. A cloud voice repeated in musical thunder, tell her, whoever knows by Nirvikalpa realization that your earth is a dream of God can come to the final dream created planet of Hiranyaloka and there find me resurrected in body exactly like my earthly one. Tell her. Gone was the sorrow of parting, the pity and grief for his death. Long lover of my peace, now fled in stark shame. Bliss poured forth like a fountain through endless, newly opened soul pores. Anciently clogged with disuse, they now widened in purity at the driving flood of ecstasy. My former incarnations appeared before my inward eye in motion picture-like sequence. Good and bad karma of the past was deserved in the cosmic light shed around me by Master's divine visit. In this chapter of my autography, I have obeyed my Guru's behest and spread the glad tidings. Through they confound once more an incurious generation. Groveling man knows well, despair is seldom alien. Yet these are perversities, no part of man's true lot. The day he wills is set on the path to freedom. Too long has he hearkened to the dank pessimism of his dust thou art counselors, heedless of the unconquerable soul. I was not the only one privileged to behold the resurrected Guru. One of Master's chelas was an aged woman, affectionately known as Mother, whose home was close to the Puri Hermitage. Master had often stopped to chat with her during his morning walk. On the evening of March 16, Ma arrived at the ashram and asked to see her Guru. Why, Master died a week ago. Swami Sevananda, now in charge of the Puri Hermitage, looked at her sadly. That's impossible, she protested. No, Sevananda recounted details of the burial. Come, he said, I will take you to the front garden to his grave. Much go ahead, there is no grave for him. This morning at 10 o'clock he passed in his usual walk before my door. I talked to him for several minutes in the bright outdoors. Come this evening to the ashram, he said. I am here. Blessings pour on this old grey head. The deathless Guru wanted me to understand in what transcendent body he visited me this morning. The astounded Savananda knelt before her. Ma, what a weight of grief you lift from my heart. He is rising.